Equipment and parts shipped to a service location must be available when a technician arrives on site for an install or repair. In BigWave, you can use the Supplier Purchase Orders feature to record purchase orders and track them all the way through delivery. Let's take a look at how this works. Okay, so I have a sample BigWave work order open here, and I'm going to go to this new topic called Supplier Purchase Orders. And this area captures all the supplier purchase orders for this particular work order. There's an add button which I'll use right now. Click on that and enter in my PO number. For labeling, we want to use something that's a little descriptive of what the PO is actually for. I could put the PO number in again, but I'm going to use instead the part I'm actually ordering. And under status, we have order submitted, acknowledged, in transit, delivered. I'm just going to leave it at submitted for now. I'm going to choose Granger as my supplier, and I'll show you here in a minute how to modify this list and this list to your own liking. Under shipper, I'm going to choose FedEx, and it just so happens I've got a valid FedEx tracking number that I'll use. Let's say it's $100 and I order one of them, and let's say our estimated delivery date was put at, say, the 30th. And I can fill out other fields as needed. Notice that when I chose FedEx, it automatically chose to track the package. I can turn this off if I want to, but I'm going to leave that on here just to show you. And when I click on OK, then it enters that into my grid here. So now I can see information about that. I can add more supplier orders. Now, since we are tracking this particular PO, when I open this back up, in the background, BigWave actually went out, asked FedEx for this particular tracking number, and it returned the results received. It has been delivered, and notice that the status was automatically changed to delivered. So when you choose FedEx or UPS, then it will automatically track the package if you have a valid tracking number and you click on the track package option here. Okay, enough on that, so pretty easy. What if I wanted to bill for this particular purchase order? When I click on billable, then it will automatically move that purchase order into an invoice line item. It already has pricing set up that I haven't showed you this, but you set it up in the project area. I'll just show you that real quick. Click on the project, go to details, and under contract, I have a rate schedule called default. And if I edit that rate schedule, there is a supplier purchase order pricing method that we're going to use a markup of 10%. And that's how it calculated that price based on the cost or the amount that I paid for it. If I wanted to make a pass-through, I'll just show that real quick. That would just bill the customer for what I had to pay for it, and click on finish, and I go back to the invoice slide items, and now it's actually $100 instead of $110 that we saw before. So to make a supplier or purchase order billable, then you just simply click the billable checkbox there. That completes the supplier purchase order feature in the work order. Let's go to the project area now and see what is available. So if I hop over here to reporting, then I've got a new report for supplier purchase orders that I can see all of them in this project for all work orders. I can type in a PO number and search for a specific PO number. If I type in 383, it'll still return it. If I type in something else, it won't. And I can search on what's been delivered versus what is in transit, that sort of thing, the different suppliers. So several options to filter and look at your supplier purchase orders from a project overview, not just within a work order. If I go over here to setup, then under import export center, I have a new option to import. I'm just going to import just a random spreadsheet here. But under here, I've got a new option for supplier purchase orders. I'll choose that. There's a couple of actions we can take here. One is upload new and update existing purchase orders. So this is when I want to just add or modify whatever is there. If I need to delete them, then I've got delete existing and upload new. And if I choose that option, notice that it says it removes all existing supplier purchase orders for this project. So be careful with this one because they'll all be wiped out if you choose this option when you upload. As always, you can choose the don't import but show me what will change option, which will just give you a spreadsheet back of feedback without actually doing anything to the system, but it'll tell you what it's going to do. And as always, you can use this option here to download a template if you just want to know what the fields that are available for importing supplier purchase orders. Also under export, you can export them just another way to get your data. Finally, if we hop over here to setup, then we'll look and see what the different setup options are for purchase orders. If I go to the details area, we're going to see two new tabs here. One is shipping and one is suppliers. Under shipping, I have reserved shippers, FedEx, UPS, USPS, but I can add in more shippers as needed. So I'll just call it ABC shipping, just for an example. Notice that I can choose this one and delete it. But if I leave that in there, then ABC shipping will be an option in that standard shipper dropdown that we saw earlier. FedEx, UPS, and USPS cannot be deleted because they are reserved. They're part of the integration. USPS is not integrated at this time, but we plan on integrating it here before too long. And then under suppliers, you can add in more suppliers, delete them, but this is your list of suppliers that show up in your supplier list. Finally, under status defaults, if I go to supplier purchase orders, then you can see we have standard statuses that ship with BigWave: submitted, acknowledged, in transit, delivered. These two are reserved because they're tied to the integration, and we use these statuses to move purchase order entries into in transit or delivered status as they're being tracked. But you can add more statuses to your liking here, just like these are. You can delete these if you don't want them, or you can add more. So that completes the whole sort of picture of supplier purchase orders inside BigWave. Using these, you can just keep track of, sort of what's outstanding before your technician shows up on site to make sure that everything is ready to go. We hope you'll find this useful, and as always, email us at support@bigwavesoftware.com if you have any questions or feature suggestions. Thank you.